Hi Libra, welcome to your unexpected reading for August 2020. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below. If this is about you and another person, this could resonate with theirs or your moon, rising or Venus sign. All right. I actually did this reading and it morphed into a Taurus reading, so I'm doing it again. Taurus was like really prevalent throughout. There was a couple of Hierophants, there was Knight of Pentacles, which for me is Taurus, and there was a couple of Empresses. So, and in that reading, it was basically about you needing to be delayed. And that August was not the month, in a nutshell, August was not the month for the thing that you were waiting to get started, to get off the ground, because there was a work opportunity that you were waiting to be able to do that new career or go off in that direction. And it looked like it was a group effort, like you and a couple of friends were going to kind of start this thing and your part had to be delayed or something. And then there was also someone was reaching out and wanting to, and it was somebody you knew and it wasn't somebody you were upset with. It was just like you lost touch with someone and they got back in touch with you. So, and there was a possibility or potential for something there, but there was feeling frustrated and disappointed in the delay of things, but it also being like things were good, you were fine without the thing starting, but there was a delay. And then I pulled I can't remember what it was. Was it this one? Yeah, I pulled this one. Trust in, so I kept talking about a detour and then this one at the very end, and it was like, okay, there it is. This is divinely, this happened for a reason and don't sweat it. You're good. So yeah, that was the Libra reading turned into a Taurus reading because I started talking to Taurus, so take it for what it's worth. Okay, so we have Lovers, which is Gemini, Taurus, or Libra. There's Taurus and Libra again. Queen of Pentacles, for me that's Capricorn, and Six of Cups. And this is, for me, this is about like this right here could be a stable decision along, like waiting for something to kind of come around, and how you're wanting that to look like what you're wanting your stability to look like, what you're wanting from here forward, what decisions are you going to make, what commitments, what are you going to align yourself with as far as your values and what you want going forward. That could be a relationship that is stable and is what you've always wanted, but this is basically something that's been on the back burner that you're going to be having to make a very weighted decision about. So, all right, for Libra, not Taurus, Libra. Libra. Okay, off to a good start. There's feeling successful about this new venture. All right. That's for Libra. That's the whole reading right there, isn't it? Unexpected for Libra. So I think that was that you delaying things, you realizing and having to delay things was actually what was unexpected for you. Okay, so we've got the Five of Pentacles, Death, could be Scorpio. Star card, also the boobies, that could be Aquarius. Five of Wands, the Hierophant, that could be Taurus. Aha! And the Empress. Okay, so that's also Taurus, Libra, or Aries. Okay, so we've got 4 out of 6 major arcana here for you, Libra. And I'm going to do like this so you can see the cards. Okay. Okay. So again, with the decision and deciding to delay things because there was drama, well, what else? What's this? All right, so what's this Death card about for Libra? All right, so Empress. And this one showed up twice too. Got the Four of Pentacles. So 4, 5, 8, right? 2 5s. 3, 4, 5. So again, with the waiting and kind of keeping vigilant about something, like being ready to just kind of having this awareness, like when the time is right, you'll know, wanting to wait for the right time, maybe not liking having to do that. Okay, so what's this star card about? For Libra, not Taurus, Libra. I got sidetracked by all the Taurus cards showing up. All right, so we've got 3 of Wands. Waiting. Keeping your options open. What's this 5 of Wands for Libra? Page of Swords. Okay, so this is, you know what? This is, I think this is about you sticking to your guns and going through the motions of a change happening because you decided that you just can't be a part of this situation anymore. This has to do with your future success and viability in all areas of your life. And this is about you choosing differently because of that. So for this reading, this is more about you sticking to your guns about an ending. And there's kind of like this whole feeling like what could have been, but it's not because of what you could or couldn't do. It's because it's almost like you're not going down that road. You're not going to blame because that'll keep you wanting to negotiate. Well, what if it was this? And that keeps you kind of tied to one. And I think you're wise enough to know that. It keeps you tied to wanting to go back and connected to it somehow. And you're like, regardless of who or what or coulda, woulda, shoulda, I think for my mental health and well-being and my ability to just thrive and prosper, I need to consider differently. I need to keep my options open. And you're going to have to be pretty consistent with your boundaries here. All right, what's this? What's this Hierophant about? For Libra, what's this Hierophant? Lots of Taurus here. 8 of Pentacles. What's this Empress? Huh. Good for you. What's this Empress? You're wanting to, okay. So I like this because you know what? I think this is the awareness and realization that this isn't about working this issue out with that party or that job or that person or that relative, or this is about you working it out within yourself. This is about not contacting the other person because perhaps you were discarded or whatnot. But this is about you also keeping your boundaries for when you are contacted again. This was not a good situation for you. This is realizing that. This is recognizing that this is about you this is about you healing and looking to the future, not looking at what has ended to kind of wrestle with, or with that person per se. This is about you internally wrestling with something and building your faith back up in yourself. This isn't about you and another person per se. It's about you in the aftermath of a situation that was not good for you, and you choosing to work on yourself and have faith for brighter days ahead, which is, awesome. So nothing wrong with that. You got a good perspective. For the Libras I'm reading for, you've got a really good perspective about this. You know that kind of going back and trying to renegotiate the past or whatever the situation was, that way madness lies. The thing is I think that the offer is there that you're turning away from. I don't think the offer interests you anymore. I think you're past that point. That someone's going to come and think that offering to work on something or offering, some kind of asking you to help them, help you, that sort of thing. Like, well, work this out with me. You're like, no, this is not worth my time. And you know that. It doesn't stop the person from offering, though, and you're going to need to have your wits about you. And I think the surprise and the unexpected here is that you're turning away from that. And you're telling them that I'm going to do for me. I'm not going to be open to your offer or opportunity, as they call it. This is about me not starting anything new with anybody else, but me refilling my own cup. Me deciding that this needs to be a better relationship with me. I'm investing in myself. Then death to that codependent situation, perhaps. looking at changing from that situation and growing and transforming and being reborn and healing and investing in yourself and renewing yourself instead of going back and working on a situation that someone might nearly be asking you to have faith in. You're like, I'm going to reroute that for me. So for the Libras I'm reading for, this is about you saying no to an offer that isn't a surprise. The offer's been there. This is just the internal conviction that you're going to stay the course. The last reading that, was the Libra Taurus reading, so I guess, was you gung-ho and then being really disappointed and frustrated at the delay, but still considering it. And just know, but it was kind of like, okay, you just couldn't get something started. You were kind of having to spend another month alone or in a holding pattern. This one is different. There's more movement in this one. This is you feeling more solid and secure. And it could be an offshoot of that last reading, like a progression of the last reading, because this is you not budging. This is you choosing you. What else for Libra? King of Cups. This right here was in that position for the last reading. So, and I think it was you trying to have a mature perspective. It could have been that you were dealing with the Pisces. This for me is Pisces, King of Cups. But I think this is also about the healing and the love and the balance of emotions that you're striving for, that you're trying to create with this sort of commitment to yourself and to heal and to transform, and not knowing how it's going to turn out, but having that faith that there's brighter days ahead. But you will have to keep those boundaries up. There's just, the only way to do it is to not engage, because this is somebody that's, not going to honor those boundaries. So yeah, that's always fun when they don't want you to go anywhere, but then they don't do anything when you're around. It's like, you just don't want anybody else to be involved with me. Is that what it, whatever. Anyway, whatever situation you're leaving from, this is staying the course and choosing to work on yourself rather than the relationship. I don't even think that I think there might have been thinking that if you had the opportunity, you would say this or do this. You're not even doing that. This is you realizing that if I even engage, it's like a sunk cost, because it's gonna take my precious time, and it's gonna drag me backwards. Okay, so let's see here. This feels like that compassionate objectivity, or being objectively compassionate, trying to rise above the situation. I'm sorry it's not more exciting as far as like, holy cow, and this is going to come in and this is going to happen, but this is like a solo journey. It's also pretty pivotal for you. We've got 4 out of 6 major arcana, so this is like kind of a defining month. I think before you struggled with something to kind of stay the course, or there was some kind of sort of negotiating going back and forth. This feels like the offshoot of that, the aftermath of that. This feels like you're well on your way. You might still be thinking about it, but you're not engaging with the other party about it. You're committed to the path forward and brighter and better days ahead for you, and you're really putting yourself first here. Really concentrating on working on yourself, working on being a better you, so that you can, and just kind of refilling that cup, restoring that cup there, because we're depleted, and whatever you came from took a lot out of you. And I think you're realizing the high road, or at least detaching emotionally and looking at what is, and having that perspective, that compassionate perspective for yourself, is the way to go here. Not beating yourself up. What else for Libra? Are you kidding me? You saw me shuffling. You heard me shuffling. You saw me shuffling. Trust in divine detours. Okay, so this is you again not taking that offer, whereas the last one you had the offer on hold, and it was like you were, the Libra Taurus reading, you were just having to wait, but you were able to the time would be right again for when you were going to pick up that group effort with your friends or with whoever that joint effort was. This one is saying with whatever offer is there, it's not really someone's coming and asking you, it's someone kind of leaving the door open for you to come back and decide. Like they want it to be your choice. They didn't really make much of an effort. This could be work, family. So there's not much of an effort. It's just kind of leaving this door open and asking you to come on your own volition, which means you're going to be doing the majority of the work. I think this is about you having to be understanding, you having to accept someone where they're at and that they're trying, or that this is all it's going to be right now. I can only give you 4 shifts or 2 shifts or whatever. This is someone putting it on you to make the effort to return, and you're rejecting that. And this is you deciding to go a different route. So we've got trust in divine detours. Trust yourself, believe in yourself, have faith that the path that you're choosing, instead of going back to what is familiar, is where you're supposed to be going. It might be murky, it might not be very clear, the road ahead, Libra, but that's okay. This is, we've got the angels showing up here for divine guidance. So divine intervention, your intuition's talking to you, trust it. It's all good. That's for Libra. All right, so we've got Page of Wands there, and we've got 8 of Wands on its side. And I think the last one, gosh, I can't, let me see if I can remember the last one. I can't remember the last one. I think it was, I want to say it was very similar, if not the same thing, but it was more mental, like you were more anxious about the delay and you were trying to keep that at bay. I think it was a 2 of Wands on its side and the 9 of Swords on its side. And there was that whole that was delay and trying to be rational about it and keep your calm and be alert for when things were ready to go forward, particularly in business. This is about a delayed start, but possibly waning interest in moving forward with something. Like you're changing course here. This is you, your interest is shifting elsewhere and you're changing course. And this could be a delay in choosing which direction, but the difference is you're focusing on yourself and what feels right, rather than moving for the sake of moving or moving towards something. You're not sure yet what you want to do. You're kind of perhaps being detoured or just taking time to figure out what you want. Taking time, investing in yourself, not in any hurry. It's not in a holding pattern, but it's, we got those 2 5s here. This is kind of just, everything's calm and you're keeping it that way, but you're having to kind of stay alert to keep it that way. And that's, I think I mentioned before about those boundaries you're going to have to keep up, because someone is not, I don't know who it is, family member, romantic partner, whatever. Somebody's not going to like you being in limbo. Someone's not going to like you being indecisive. Someone's not going to like you losing interest and not being sure about which way you want to go now, about what change you want to affect. Or if they're coming in hot, they're not liking that you're not wowed by that. So you're going to have to keep, because of you're going to have to keep those boundaries up, because what has worked before is not going to work. You're choosing differently. Your focus is different. Your focus is on yourself. So they're going to maybe start upping the ante or trying different tactics. So just be aware of that. So this is you choosing differently for August, not doing what you did before, giving yourself pause and going, I'm changing directions. And you're going to have some blowback from that. So get ready. You might have to stand your ground and completely withdraw here. Keep those boundaries up. Okay, Libra, not Taurus. Libra, I hope this was helpful. I'm glad to see you in like this sort of really powerful holding pattern, or like, just really strengthened holding pattern, like this committed effort to focus on you and stand your ground. So good for you. All right. I hope to see you in the next reading, Libra. Thank you for stopping by. Much love to you this August. You take care.